This is the 2025 GR Corolla. It's slightly more powerful. It now comes with a limited slip diff standard across all trims. It's got an improved clutch and some reworked suspension, and it can now be optioned with an automatic transmission. Which has us wondering, did Toyota just ruin the GR Corolla? Or do all these changes, gearbox included, take this hot hatch to the next level? Today, we're gonna find out. As you probably know, the Corolla is Toyota's most sold model ever. In fact, it's the best-selling car of all time. Its roots trace all the way back to the humble Publica, Toyota's vision of a car for the people. The first Corolla launched in the late 1960s as a more refined and powerful alternative to the more stripped-down Publica, as a response to Japan's growing demand for stylish, comfortable, and versatile cars as their economy improved. And it maintained affordability while offering better design and driving dynamics, and nearly 60 years later, the model is still going strong today. But even though there have been several performance-oriented Toyotas in the past, like the Sprinter Tirreno, the FX16, the Corolla GTS, and even the XRS, much of the world still sees the Corolla as simple, reliable, basic transportation. Toyota has a long history of producing some of the most engaging driver's cars ever, like Japan's first supercar, the 2000 GT, and the drift missile Hachiroku, or the supercar slayer Mark IV Supra. And let's not forget, this is the same company that, underneath it all, gave us the LFA. Toyota's journey back to making fun, driver-oriented cars started with models like the GR86. They brought rally-bred DNA to the streets with the GR Yaris, and they brought back the Supra. Of course, they took that same magic and packed it into the Corolla, and now they're bringing the excitement to even more people with a new automatic version. But don't think adding an automatic to this car was an afterthought. Because according to Toyota themselves, the real reason behind it isn't just to boost sales figures, but rather the pursuit of faster lap times. For the 2025 model year, Toyota has made several changes and improvements, but the headline here is that gearbox. It's called the DAT, which stands for Direct Automatic Transmission, and unlike the CVT found in the WRX or the double clutch found in the competition from Volkswagen and Hyundai, Toyota has gone with a traditional torque converter. And according to Chief Engineer Sakamoto-san, that's because it's more robust, smoother in traffic, lighter weight, and, to quote Sakamoto himself, shift times are extremely comparable to competitive DCTs. You've got 4 driving modes to play with: Sport, Normal, Eco, and Custom, and for the first time, the Corolla finally gets launch control. With launch mode enabled, 0 to 60 comes in just 4.9 seconds. Keep the pedal down and this car will pull to an electronically limited 143 miles an hour. The new gearbox is smooth, responsive, and quick. You don't get any of that low-speed jerkiness or indecisiveness that you sometimes do with the DCT, and you don't have to put up with that rubber band snowmobile effect you get with a CVT. And truth is, if a double clutch shifts quicker, well, from where I was sitting, I couldn't tell. Unlike the GR Supra or GR86 automatics that rely on vehicle data like speed and G-forces to make shifting decisions, according to Toyota, the DAT in the GR Corolla actually reads your inputs, how you're working the brakes and accelerator and even the steering wheel, and shifts gears based on driving behavior. It's proactive instead of reactive. It's almost like this car can guess what you're gonna do before you do it, giving you the right gear changes at exactly the right time without you having to think about it. It blips and downshifts and lets you bang off the rev limiter in manual mode if you choose. And to prove it's the real deal, Toyota is running it in the new GR Corolla TC race car. The exact same transmission, no additional changes whatsoever. To tackle thermal management and durability and balance quick shifting with smooth shifting, GR engineers put this thing through the ringer. Countless rounds of adjusting materials and fine-tuning transmission software, and with the help of Gatsu racing drivers, it's been tested and further refined on everything from snow-covered roads in Finland to rally stages and road circuits. Pushed to its limits in the Japan Rally Championship and in endurance racing, it's all designed to give regular drivers a taste of real performance driving without being overwhelming. And I have to admit, we didn't time it, but I turned laps with both transmissions, and I'd be shocked if my laps with the DAT weren't quicker. To be clear, I'd still argue that the regular shift-it-yourself manual version is more fun. But if track times are the goal here, or if you have the kind of commute that forces you to sit in traffic for hours a day, if you're gonna have an automatic, you can do much worse than this one. And it's not like the manual option is going away. In fact, it's been improved too. The clutch system has been updated to provide snappier and more granular clutch control. You now get limited slip differentials, both front and rear axles on all GR Corollas as standard. And regardless of trim and spec, every GR Corolla this year gets a power bump, bringing totals to 300 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 295 pound-feet of torque, putting things right in line with the Morizo edition. Torque split between the front and rear axles has been refined to reduce understeer, and there are changes to the cooling package as well. Cars optioned with the automatic get a transmission cooler, and an auxiliary radiator is available to help keep temps under control on those extended lapping sessions. But drivetrain tweaks aren't the only new feature here. Toyota has played around with the suspension, adding rebound springs to the shocks, and has even gone as far as raising the rear trailing arm's forward mounting point to reduce squat under hard acceleration. What that all means to you is those changes combined to make this GR Corolla the most nailed down it's ever been. As good as that new gearbox is, these diffs and suspension updates completely transformed the car. Toyota tuned this chassis to be one of the most playful platforms we've ever driven. It makes you feel like a rally car hero on the track and stay extremely confident on a daily jaunt. Handling is incredibly balanced with sharp turn-in that eventually gives way to gentle understeer when pushed beyond the limit. That is, unless you feed it more throttle. Unlike the old car, add throttle at the limit and you get this. Four-wheel drifts come easy when provoked, and the front wheels are always eager to pull you through the corners rather than force you off of them. Steering is precise and communicative. It's quick without being twitchy, and it's got just the right amount of feedback so you always know what the front wheels are doing. Where the GR really shines, though, is in the connection between the car and driver. It simply excels here, and it's not just because of its performance numbers, it's the way it makes you feel behind the wheel. It doesn't matter if you're carving through mountain roads or simply merging onto the highway, the GR Corolla gives you that rare sense of involvement that's becoming harder to find on modern cars. Inside, Toyota's Safety Sense 3.0 is standard, with things like adaptive cruise and lane keep assist included, and outside, a redesigned front bumper improves the balance of cooling and aerodynamics. The brake ducts have been reworked to draw in more air, and they've managed to suppress air turbulence around the tires.
So it's been massaged all over. But how does the Corolla stack up to the competition?
You know, I kind of like the automatic.
By the numbers, the GR Corolla has the smallest engine, doesn't make the most power, and isn't the lightest in its class. But numbers don't tell the whole story. 0 to 60 comes in at 4.9 seconds, just shy of the Golf R, but close enough that reaction time matters more in a drag race. Plus, unlike the Golf and Elantra, the GR Corolla offers standard limited slip differentials across all trims. The Golf R might edge out in refinement, but the Corolla delivers a more engaging overall experience. The Elantra N is loud and fun, but lacks the all-wheel drive grip. So does the incredibly sharp and precise Civic Type R, which we love. The Subaru WRX TR is another natural rival with all-wheel drive and rally roots. It's a softer and slightly more comfortable car on rough roads, but the GR Corolla easily wins with raw excitement. I mean, the WRX's CVT doesn't exactly do it any favors here, and even Subaru's manual doesn't feel as precise. So, the Corolla might not have the outright horsepower of a Golf R or the quirky character of an Elantra N, but it delivers an old-school, ill-tempered hot hatch experience that's hard to find. And let's be real, what other car gives you all-wheel drive, 300 horses, and a rally heritage for this price? For around 41 grand for the premium grade, which we think is the sweet spot here, the GR Corolla offers big fun in a small package, and is just maybe our pick of the sport compact litter. Shout out to anyone who still thinks the Corolla is just your grandpa's old beater. Stomp the go pedal in this one with either flavor of transmission and it'll change your mind in less than 5 seconds. So, did Toyota just ruin the new GR Corolla? They absolutely did not. If you're looking to maximize performance and produce faster, seamless shifts every time, or you have a nasty commute and you need something that crushes double duty as a daily driver and weekend track toy, it's awesome to have the option to go automatic. If you're looking for a more engaging and connected driving experience with a little more tactile old school feel of this GR's elders, you'll want to shift your eyes to the manual, but I cannot stress enough how good that new DAT is. Either way, you're getting one of the best sports cars money can buy. So, that's the new GR Corolla, and I want to know what you think. If you were in the market for a hot hatch, where would the new GR Corolla rank on your list, and would you consider an automatic version? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Oh, and do me a favor, go check out some of our other content right over here. Otherwise, my name's Trav, this is Ideal, and I'll see you all with a fresh video next week.